Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Game Day. What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? Nathan, Allen, and Jeff. We are
The
your
game is
Hill
strong.
Brothers. And what are you guys laughing at?
I can't. Stop. It's not
Podcast
Oh,
appropriate.
Jesus. Oh, boy. We don't.
Hello.
Appropriate here. We'll get into frame a little bit better. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are having a great victory morning over here on this Saturday morning. You were in the building last night for everything that happened, and we're going to get.
I'm wearing we just lost it.
You're good.
I'm wearing Carolina blue right now, but I was wearing white last night. In case y'all missed Ross Martin stalking me, I was actually wearing white last night. I did wear a white shirt. I'm in Carolina blue. Today. Carolina blue is the best color in the world. I mean, you can't go against it.
We're going to get to that right here in just a minute here. Had a great time last night during the watch party. Brand new subscribers. You guys have been going wild. We're now at 3,600. Appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel over the last couple of weeks. I want to get to a couple of things really quickly before we hop into today's full game day. We got Jacob Turner getting ready to come on here with us, and then we'll turn the microphone over to you until he gets on here. That is for sure. So this coming Saturday, next Saturday, November the 15th, if you guys are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, we want to see you at the Southern Christmas Show. That is 800 Briar Creek Road, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Park Expo and Conference Center. K-Bar Soap, our sponsor that we talk about all the time. We always bring him up. Chris is having us out, and we are going to be doing a shopping deal here at his vendor shop at the Southern Christmas Show from 1 to 2 p.m.
We play volleyball.
If you guys come out, you get a free mystery gift there as well. So we definitely want to see you on that night. Really looking forward, or that afternoon. It's going to be really good. We'll still do a watch party for Wake Forest. I'm going to get back to my house very quickly after that event is over with.
I was going to wait, but
and
I can't.
That'll be a good time from there. So, all right. Here we go. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
I'm going to turn the microphone over to Jeff.
Wow.
Jeff's had an interesting 24 to 48 hours, and I want
24-ish.
Yes, I want to give it to him, and just let the world know exactly what the heck happened.
All right, here you go. All right, first of all, I love Caleb. I love Caleb Wilson. I have nothing against Caleb. Nothing I said on my original tweet, which was a little over the top, was about Caleb. It was about the burner accounts that honestly I felt like pitched a fit and bullied Carolina into doing something. That was the crux of it. I went over the top. People misconstrued what I said. I got called all kinds of names, which is always funny to me because, oh, dude, I can't even. They're not podcast approved. But on the other hand, I also had folks that I had plenty of folks too that had honest, rational discussions with me, and I explained my point to them. They explained their point to me. Some in public, some DM me, and we had it out there, and that was good, and I appreciate that. But I mean, that's what life's about, right? And I can deal with that. That's cool. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. The world would be a boring place if we all agreed with one another on every single point, right? It would be. My buddy David says it all the time. The world would be boring if we all agreed. Yeah. It's honest, civilized discussion that makes the world go round. The name calling and some of the other things I got called were a little funny to me, and I'm not.
Call you the king of positivity?
No, I did not get called that. I got called the king of a lot of things, but it wasn't that. It is what it is. It is. I don't. I mean, I got accused. Yeah, I got it all, man. I got it all. I got something about leaving my Klan gear at home.
I mean, it would have been all white.
And I know. Then I got something about, I bet you love the No Kings protest though. And I'm like, again, it ran the gamut of stuff of people attacking, but honestly, if you're listening to this and you see this and you had an honest discussion with me, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. I said it on Twitter a couple times, and I will say it on this podcast. If you called me names, keep the same energy. If you ever see me in person, say hi. That's all this. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm not trying to be freaking Braun Strowman or Brock Lesnar or anything like that, But seriously, if you are going to call me names on social media, see if you see me in person in Keenan or anywhere around Chapel Hill, because I'm here all the time. Just say hey.
You could stand to give somebody an F5.
Say hi.
Say hi.
That's all I'm saying.
Say hi.
Because I'm here. I'm here, and I love this. And the reason I'm with these guys right now and doing what I do with them, and they've had me, is because I love this university as much as anybody on this planet.
If you guys haven't,
I will take that to my grave, man.
Dude, absolutely.
You can't ever contest that. I love this university.
If you haven't seen this guy's interview that we did with him for his very first video of us, make sure and go check that out. It's not too far down the feed. You guys can go find it. As a matter of fact, I think I even got it in a playlist that you guys can go find over there. So make sure to go check that out. You figure out this dude's love and everything, but also we love the banter, man. What's the Eric Bischoff quote? Go ahead, give it to me.
Controversy is cash. That was not my intent. That was not my intent when I started that, and when I said what I said. But it did turn into that. And again, you don't have to agree with me. I feel sorry for the people that misconstrued what I said, and that thought I was attacking Caleb, which was 100% not the case. Again, I will say, I will say 100%, and I will point it out again. I was attacking the burner accounts that I felt pitched fits, and acted like spoiled children, and I'll stand by that.
Maybe Caleb saw it, got so mad, and that's why he just took it out.
That's what I said. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the whiteout. I really don't. I just wish it had come about the right way.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people realize that Carolina actually had something already planned for last night that they hadn't announced yet, which came out with the blue shirts, and they put that out. And again, there was a lot of wrong in Carolina. Carolina didn't handle it correctly, I don't think. But
interesting time.
I'm just gonna say it's, again, my problem was with the burner accounts, and I got a lot of the burner accounts were the ones calling me a lot of names.
Hey,
but they're anonymous, right? They're burners. They're anonymous.
They're burners, and they can check us out and everything that Jeff does every Monday on the
and check out the Tar Heel Olympic Spotlight.
There you go.
Let's go.
Hey, let's do this thing. We got 5 minutes until we got Jacob Turner on. I want to get you guys quick thoughts on today's Stanford game. Jeff, hit us with it.
Man, again, it's the last couple of weeks we've seen so much improvement from this team. The defense is balling out. They're playing. Listen, man, the offense is getting a little better. The offense is clicking a little better.
It is.
The defense is balling out. The defense is giving the offense every chance to do everything in the world. The offense, they just need to keep clicking a little better. I'll keep saying it. We need to start tailoring. The system needs to start tailored better to what Gio can do. Gio is not a bad player.
No.
The system we are trying to play Gio in, thank you, Marquise Williams, for pointing it out. And I keep I say it every time. Marquise, who knows his stuff, said it's just not, Gio won't succeed in this system because it's not tailored to it.
He said Bryce Baker wouldn't succeed.
He said Bryce would not either. Listen, I'm gonna listen to Marquise. You can listen to who you want to, but Queese is my GOAT.
I'm gonna have to go find him before the game.
But I think we've seen improvement there too, though. I think it's been better there. The play calling, we've seen a few things. We've seen some design runs. We've seen a few design runs for Gio, which we didn't see initially, right? Yeah. I don't think we saw those initially, but we've seen those. Well, but that's his deal. But he can do it.
Yeah,
he can. But he can do that. That's part of his game. And in the right spot, that's a good play call. And that's, we're seeing a little bit better there. It's not where it needs to be, but listen, we should have room. We should have calls to pause and say, hey, there's something here. Yeah. And we're turning it around. And that's my thought. I like where we're heading. We're not there yet, but I do like where we're heading.
Go ahead. I don't know what else to say after that. I'll just say Stanford wins. I'm just kidding. North Carolina wins this game. Stanford's defense is about as good as Syracuse's defense. So I don't foresee North Carolina having too much trouble with the.
On the mic and drop it.
Just drop the mic. Don't. He said what he said. And that's it.
Yeah. He dropped the mic. But yeah, I don't foresee UNC having too many problems with Syracuse's defense. Stanford's defense, because they didn't have too much trouble with Syracuse's defense. And so yeah, I think I'm on record for what 24-10.
What's
something like
what's
that?
The
2014.
Currently 7.5. Currently right now. But I'll take this.
7.5 us.
Yeah, well, we're favored 7.5, and then ESPN Match Predictor has us winning as well. But now
the only time this year.
That's it. Outside of the G5. Outside of G5.
Year, other than those G5s that we've had the ESPN.
Absolutely. But joining us now is a guy who's also going to give us his thoughts and opinions. The awesome,
the man,
the myth, the legend. Also a legend on Twitter as well.
This
we
is the
love
first
this.
time I've been.
He knows about getting heat on Twitter. Jeff, Jacob. I mean, come on now, you guys have gotten some heat. I can see him already shaking his head currently right now. Thank you all for allowing us.
You look like you had a lot of you always look like you had fun with that, Jacob. So I guess I figured I would join you. And
what's up, guys? What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Nice to see you, dude.
Dude, it's funny. I was when I saw that whole stuff going on Twitter, Jeff, I was like, man, it's welcome to the business right here, man. It's like that's how it goes sometimes, man. It means you've officially kind of made it on the Twitterverse, whatever the heck that means. I guess I don't know what that means really.
I don't either, and it's one of those things. I mean, again, it kind of, I leaned into it at some point. I just started leaning into it.
You say like I don't know what the kids say. Like this standing on, you were standing on business. You're standing on business, man.
I told, listen, I'm self-aware. I mean, I realize I'm self-aware. When I actually tweeted that out, I told my buddy, I was texting my buddy David, and I was like, I tweeted it, and I was like, I know this is so much old man yells at clouds with the whole freaking Simpsons thing.
Yeah.
I was aware. I knew what I realized how it sounded. Again, it just came about wrong to me. That's the whole deal. And I started leaning into it. So people were hitting me with the whole old man yells at clouds thing, and I was just like, 100, that's me. Yep.
I always remind people.
And then Ross Martin took a picture of me walking in the stadium.
It's not. It's crazy. Twitter's not real life.
And I got a picture of I mean, that was weird, but okay.
I'm convinced Ross Martin came to the game to take that picture. I mean, you can't prove me wrong.
I mean,
come to the game to take that picture.
I mean, I mean, and I'll say it again. I mean, I'll leave it at this. I will always say, bottom line, I love Carolina.
That's it.
I love this damn university, and always have, always will. I only want the best for it, and that's bottom line. You don't have to like how I think about it and opinions along the way, but that's the bottom line. I love Carolina as much as anybody.
100%. That's great.
Carolina, man. What's your thoughts on last night? Then we'll get into this game this afternoon.
Yeah, man. I mean, just all around good night for North Carolina. It kind of, in a weird way, like I remember after the Syracuse, talking about football for a second, like after the Syracuse game last Friday night, I was like, hey, like, it's been a tough football season. Like, this is an all-around good night for North Carolina. And I feel like to a completely different level, completely different sport, completely different opponent, completely different spectacle. The basketball, you fast forward a week and the basketball game's kind of the same way. Like, man, this was a really good night for North Carolina. I mean, could it have gone a little bit better? Could Carolina have just, come out the gates firing and beat Kansas by 50? Yeah, that would have been best case scenario. But I think when you look back on it, man, it was a fantastic night. You saw I think the high end of what this team can be. And I'm very high on this team. Me and AJ, we've done a lot of podcasts, even David Sisk over on our side as well, who's our basketball guy. Like, we love what this team can be, the pieces, the parts, the talent, the versatility, that the athleticism this team has. And I think we saw the glimpse of that last night, especially in that second half, with not only how Carolina played on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball too. I thought that's really what spearheaded the second half,
That's money.
Yeah. They were really good. So no,
that's money.
All around good night for North Carolina last night, and a very positive step in the right direction. And I'm just praying to God we don't have to talk about net in December, because I am so sick and tired of having to talk about the net ratings because Carolina can't beat anybody in non-conference. So that really, really good night for North Carolina.
If I have to pull up that net rankings website at all, I'm going to lose my mind at this point.
Yeah. If last night showed us anything, we should not be talking about that in December. I'll put it that way. So yeah, good night all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're complete, man. We're complete. I mean, we haven't had this kind of team in a while. Yeah, we're complete. And again, I mean, you pointed at defense. That's the thing I'm most excited about. Absolutely. Getting after it on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. That's just. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, hit your shots, hit your threes, and that's cool and all, but get after it on the defensive end.
Right.
Defense is grit. Defense is, and that's my thing, and that's what I love. I love the defensive effort more than anything. So,
well, talk to me about the defense right now, Jacob, for this North Carolina football team. This football team's defense is, Jacob, we talked about it. What was it? Was it back during the Clemson game, or maybe
it was UCF game? I was on for the first time.
There you go.
That was way back,
but
yeah,
it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Are they real, Jacob? Can we say that? Is it too early? Did I just jinx everything?
No, man. I think they're the realest they've been in a long time. I mean, I don't know.
Amen.
We can't predict the future on what this defense is going to ultimately be, but I think there is. If you look at the team as a whole and how the football season's gone, I mean, we've talked about it before. We need to rehash it. There's been a lot of off the field stuff. There's been an offense that has just struggled mightily at times, and it's starting to figure it out a little bit, but it by no means is anywhere close to the offenses we've seen at Chapel Hill, even the last 3 or 4 years. But the defensive side of the ball, it is the biggest positive on this team right now, and it starts up front. I mean, football's not rocket science, man. It starts in the trenches. If you got guys that are getting after the quarterback, like a Melcart's been able to do, that are disrupting down there. Carolina's been a pretty good run defensive team, especially over the last few games. And so it's a tough question, because you guys have been Carolina fans for a long time, man. We've seen just some horrific defenses at this university. So anytime the defense is like playing legit ball, you're kind of like, man, like I want to buy into this hype, but you're always a little bit hesitant to do it. But you know what? I think we can buy into the defense here. And if they go out and put together again a similar performance to what we've seen, I think Carolina's going to be absolutely. I think we can even praise the defense even more. But yeah, I think it's a combination of definitely playing some opponents in recent weeks whose offenses haven't been great, barring a Virginia who even came to that game struggling a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I lean more towards this defense being more real than it is fake. So yeah, I thought I lost you guys for a second, but yeah, no, I think the defense is legit, man. I'm pretty high on him, and I just hope they can continue this trajectory, because I think Steve Belichick has done a really good job with that side of the ball since he came in.
Cannot, man. That's a great point. You cannot overlook what Steve has done. I mean, you look what he did at Washington, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
this was the lifeline of that team last year.
And then you look what he's done here. And hey, in these last couple games, we're doing it without Thad. I mean, we're doing it without CB. We're doing it without CB1. I mean,
that dude. I love him.
I mean, he actually he put a cryptic tweet out this week that I was like, all right, is he coming back quicker than he thought?
He's been back, like doing some stuff. I think Belichick said he didn't practice, but from what I've heard, and I wasn't there, but I think he was warming up at Syracuse or something like that. I
mean, I saw the cryptic tweet, and I was like, all right, well, maybe there's something there. I mean, defense is just, defensive football and strong defense is the lifeblood of football, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good to see, man. We're not 97. We're not 97, but.
I got a quick question for you. I want to ask you guys this, because we've seen a lot of this in the past. I remember when you had the Mac Brown years, when you had the Drake Mays, the Sam Howells, when Carolina's, beating Wake Forest at home 63-61 or whatever. You're kind of sitting there praying like, man, or not praying, but you're sitting there like, man, I would just love for once to just see like a defensive struggle like we saw against UVA and like we've seen in recent weeks with this team as a whole. Like now that you've seen both, would you rather go back to the 63-61s, or are you okay with the 17-16 overtime wins? Like, if you had to pick one, which one do you want to roll with now that you've experienced that?
I mean, I have my thought, but I'll let you go.
I mean, I think everybody likes to score points.
It's glitzy, right?
Everybody loves that high-flying 50-49 type game. But, I think I'm cut from that cloth that Greg Barnes is from. Everybody knows how Greg Barnes feels about football. If it's 10-3, that's a good football game.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that Virginia game, it was played, it wasn't exactly played well, but it was a fun football game to watch. Like, it wasn't a guarantee that you was going to score every time you touched the ball.
No.
That Wake Forest game was insane. Every time the offense got the ball, it was like, how fast are they going to score? Are they going to score? It's like a race. Are you going to score in 30 seconds, or can I get it there in 29?
It's like us and App too. I mean, it's that same thing.
Oh God, the App State game was insane.
It's that App. I mean, it's that App thing. I mean,
but yeah, I'll take these 17-13, 21-17 game. I'll take those. I mean, it just feels like it keeps the crowd more engaged to me.
Mm-hmm. I
think so, because
I feel like they're equally, in my opinion. That's just me.
No, I mean, I get it because, well, here's the thing. I mean, the offense and all that is the glitz and the glamour, right? I mean, that's the rah-rah. It's the nice shiny, and I like that. But I'm a dirty, get dirty, bash it defense. That's me. I mean, I love the defense, man. I love the defense. I love the get down and dirty and just play tough defense. I mean, that's my deal. So
if it's 50-49 and there's 5 minutes left to go in the game, you're like, okay, my offense is going to get the ball and score again, so it's no big deal.
But
that's if it's 10-17 and there's 5 minutes to go in the game and the other team's driving, you're like, there's some angst there. Like, I don't know if my team's going to be able to score again.
Yeah, so I'm a Rams fan, so I remember the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, a number of years ago, when it was the Patriots and the Rams, and we were a high-flying offense all year round, and then we got to that game, and it was defensive struggle. It was a fight, and who's the first offense to score? Which offense is going to finally score? Both of them are equally like they're exhausting, when it's like, okay, which defense is going to get the first stop, or which offense is going to score more or score the first one? That right there is like high anxiety. You need a cigarette type of after the game type of football.
I think the Wake Forest game only ended because the clock ran out.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, absolutely. What about you, Jacob? What are you? I mean, you're a reporter, so you get to see both sides of this. I mean, which one do you like more covering?
It's tough, man, because I've gone back and forth. I think it's so tough because on the flip side, right, you 63-61, it's like, man, the offense is flying, but good Lord, what is it like? The defense is just might as well just not put anybody out there because the team scores every time they get the ball. And on the flip side, what we've seen this season at times is, I was at the UVA. I've been at every home game this season, besides the Richmond game. I had an engagement party that day, but I've been at every home game this season. And I agree with, I think Jeff said it a few minutes ago, but I agree with what he said of like, it was one of the most entertaining games I've watched in a while in Kenan Stadium, despite it being a disappointing result, despite it being, no points in the second half. It was a very fun game and a very engaging game because of, how the defense is played. So if I had to pick one, I'm leaning more towards just watching a better defense because, I'm 30 years old, guys, and I've seen very minimal amount of really good defenses in North Carolina in my past.
I guess
so. I lean towards that, but if we're sitting here in 3 years and Carolina's offense is still struggling to put up 21 points and whoever's at the helm, then maybe I'll switch it back and be like, what, let's go back to the 63-61, giving up 40-point Stab State in the fourth quarter. Like let's just get back to that and just switch it up
please, God.
I was on the sidelines of that game. You talk about a crazy game.
Really?
I'll never forget that one. It's unbelievable.
you went to App, so were you at the App State game?
Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah, I went to App. I graduated back in 2018. That's where I went to journalism school, funny enough. But yeah, so I got love for App State, but as a lot of people know, I've talked about, I grew up a Carolina fan. Dad's had season tickets for 15 years and everything like that. So it was a cool experience to be back there, but just an absolutely wild game, man. I'll never forget that one for a number of reasons.
Dude, I was stressed. I thought we had the game won for the longest time, and then I looked at the score, and it just
that fourth quarter
together. I was
that
like,
freaking fourth quarter, man, I lost. I was at. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we talked about we talked with this week with the Cardinal Chronicle. They talked to us about during the scout report about this team that Stanford's got coming in. Very run heavy team. To me, and I want to get your gauge on this too. You know, to me, it kind of feels like the way Stanford plays into the strengths of North Carolina. That's what it just feels like. I think I can speak for me and Alan both, and Jeff as well. Yeah. I think we're all in agreement with that. What about you? What have you taken from this Stanford team throughout the coverage this week?
No, I agree with you, man. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Stanford does play into Carolina's hands a little bit. I mean, you just look at the team as a whole, not only like you mentioned on what they're trying to do on the offensive side of the ball with kind of pounding the rock. I think that suits North Carolina, but you look at them. I mean, the second worst offense in the league, second worst defense in the league. Haven't won an away game this season. And granted, they have played some good teams on the road, so I'm not taking anything away from Miami, SMU. They've had some tough matchups on the road. But I think this is an opportunity, a primetime spot and a primetime opportunity for North Carolina, and that's kind of been the message from us this week, to build on the improvements, right? Because Carolina is improving. There's no doubt about it. Now, is Carolina – can you still look at the schedule and say, well, Carolina's got 3 wins and they haven't really come against a good team yet? Yes. Is Stanford a good team? No. But I think this is a game where, because of how Stanford is, it reminds me a little bit of the kind of vibe going into the Syracuse game, especially at the quarterback position. Now, I do think the quarterback Stanford is going to play, I don't think there's any chance he could be worse than the Syracuse quarterback. And I'm not trying to pick on the guy, but he was absolutely horrific. And
he was put in a terrible situation.
I don't know what.
I feel bad for that kid.
It was unbelievable, man. But I think it's a very similar kind of, my mindset going into this one is kind of very similar to the Syracuse game. Is you've got a team that has not won a road game. You've got a team that is not very good on either side of the ball. And not to mention, you got a team coming to your house, making a 2,500, 2,800 mile trek across the country. Like, this is a primetime spot for North Carolina to get a win. So I think if the defense is what we think it is, and they continue to play like they will, I expect the defense to hold Stanford to very few points. And you just flip it over the offense and say, man, like, I don't know if it's running the ball with DeMond June. I don't know if that's the key. I don't know if it's doing some different stuff in the playbook. I personally would like to see Gio run more. I don't know why Gio doesn't run more, especially, when he's doing a lot of rollouts anyway in the offense. It's almost, I remember watching the UVA game, to go back to that. And there was so many times in that game where people sitting around me, and even myself, is like, dude, like, just run. Like, there's an opening for you to run. And he would, and granted, I think in the first half, he made some nice plays and kind of extended the pocket a little bit and was able to make some nice throws. But I do think Carolina can do some more things offensively. I would like to see them do some more things offensively, but this is a game I'm going into fully expecting Carolina to win this one. And I will personally be pretty disappointed if they don't, because I think what it would signify is, okay, one step forward against Syracuse, you got to win finally. Yeah. But then you come back home and welcome in a Stanford team and you lose. That's 2 steps back for me. Yeah. So on paper, though, like you said, Nathan, I think this game from a defensive perspective sets up pretty well for the Tar Heels. So it's kind of like, hey, offense, like, over to you. Can y'all just score enough points to get a win here? And I think they should be able to.
Yeah, I just found it interesting when we was talking to the Cardinal Chronicle, and he mentioned the fact that they were a run-heavy team. But if you look at their stats, they only average 80 yards rushing a game.
Yeah, they're not great now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and they actually average a little over 200 passing per game.
So, well, I mean, we understand about the quarterback position.
2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, like the quarterback position was supposed to be Elijah Brown's to begin with. He was the guy. He was like their freshman that came in last year. They redshirted him. He's supposed to be the guy. It was his job to lose in the offseason, and he did. And he lost it to a guy who has 10 interceptions on the year. So they're kind of just like, well, let's go to you. What say you, Captain? And moving it over to him. So I feel like with Elijah and his ability to turn the ball over, I like Carolina defensively. And I feel like the secondary, even though they don't have it, some of these young guys, Like Jaden Patterson's been going. Like,
Patterson, you gotta mention. Yeah, you gotta call Jaden out. You really do. You do. They've stepped up, man. I mean, they really have stepped up in Thad's absence. I mean, bottom line is you got to win the games you're supposed to win, right? I mean, you say this. I mean, you pointed out this first game. I mean, we're favored. I mean, other than
the only game you'll be favored.
I mean, other than
7.5.
Yeah, other than Richmond and Charlotte, we're favored. You have to win what you're supposed to win. And that was Max. That was Max bugaboo. I mean, that was Max bugaboo. We were losing games. We weren't. We were losing games when we were double-digit favorites. Win the games you're supposed to win. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean,
Hey, I got a quick question, and maybe you know something about this because I've noticed this. I don't know if this is a strat by Belichick and the crew or what. Why is everybody changing numbers all the time? Like Malcolm Ziegler's now 34. Like, what's up with that?
I can't keep up. I'm glad you said that because I can't keep up anymore.
I do know with Ziegler. I hope I'm not wrong on this. I'll look this up to confirm, but I'm pretty sure Ziegler's wearing 34 because his dad was in the military, and I think his dad. Does his dad play here or something like that? Am I making that up?
The military, Malcolm. Yeah, I mean, and there was a lot of press about this week that came out because it's military appreciation, right? And you're right. Years ago, and I don't remember when it was. Malcolm was a kid, and they did the welcome back, like, hey, your dad is home, like the welcome.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
And I was here for that game in Keenan.
I think I was too. Yeah,
I mean, it's which those things. I'm a military kid. My dad was in the service career, so those things always get me, man. I mean, I'm tearing up just talking about it right now. I am, man. I'm tearing up talking about it now. Those things always get me. But yeah, that was the story with Malcolm. I'm not sure about the number part of it.
It was his dad's high school number. Sorry, guys. I was like, his dad definitely did not play here. It's his dad's high school number. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they will probably show that video package today.
Oh, they're going to, and I'm going to bawl like a freaking baby. And I'm going to bawl like a baby. You're going to be right beside me, so yeah.
Tori's ex-military. Also, you got a friend you went to school with there, Chris, also, who is K-Bar Soaps, the owner of K-Bar Soaps, who will be at next week in Charlotte.
Oh, sweet.
He's former Marine. Eric Coker, former Apache pilot and Apache mechanic. Interviewed him a long time ago. Really cool. Really enjoyed him a lot. So yeah, a lot of military in our family. And my dad's family, they're military.
I do think they changed Damon June's number. He's the one that kind of stands out because he went from, I forgot what he was wearing early in the season now, but
I remember that too.
Yeah, June was supposed to be 12, but he came out this season and he wasn't 12. He was 35.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I can understand why they changed his because, I mean, let's keep in mind, he started out. I mean, the TCU game, he wasn't even on the depth chart. Like, he was like the sixth string running back. So it's like he started playing. He's like, hey, can I get like any number besides 35? And they gave
can I get the number I want?
Yeah, that's pretty much, it feels like that's what happened there. I don't know. But
and when Carolina came out with the official, and I have a copy of it, I gave it to Alan too. We made a copy because there's so many new players. I had to have a roster this year. There's no way I could have a roster.
100%.
In the Matt Brown years, I knew everybody. Like, I'm good. Like, I know you. Okay, I know whose depth chart is here. But I had to get the numbers. And, the official numbers that they posted out, half of them were not correct.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, they just threw something together and threw it out there, basically. Go ahead.
Who gets the started left tackle or center?
I was going to bring that whole chat. I was going to bring up or what's the Lindbergh injury gonna mean?
He's out. My understanding is
he's out. Yeah,
but
what's it gonna mean for us? What do you think?
My understanding is Blasky is gonna stay at center. I think that's an interesting conversation too, because I honestly think the offensive line is better with him at center. I'm not trying to, pick on Lindbergh. I mean, I think he's a solid player, but I think we saw a little bit in the second half last week. But I just think the offensive line with a guy like Austin Blasky at center makes so much more sense. Because let's not forget, I mean, he was supposed to be kind of the guy coming in, got hurt, all that things happened. They had to reshuffle the line a little bit. But I ultimately think, in a weird way, I hate it for Chad that he's injured, but I don't think it's the worst possible thing. And I honestly think it works out a little bit better. And I think the offensive line could perform better with a guy like Blasky at center. He just fills me with a little bit more confidence. I'd like to get your guys' take on that. But yeah, from what I know, he is out, obviously, and Blasky's going to remain at that center position. And I honestly need to look at the depth chart, too, and kind of see how things have shuffled. I know They made some changes last week. I know you got Miles McVay's playing a little bit more down there. They've been kind of shuffling the pack a little bit down on the offensive line, and it seems like it's actually been helping out a little bit. So in a weird way, I don't think Blasky moving to center is the worst thing for North Carolina. Heck, it might even be a positive. Well, I guess we'll see today. We'll kind of get a little bit better glimpse today. But
before we move on, I just want to say real quickly, joining us now is a legend. He's a legend right now. This guy right here, he also knows what it's like to be on a Turner burn reverse. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Hey, I'm Hunter.
This is Hunter.
There's a camera.
If people don't know this guy right here, he's awesome. He's a part of the tailgate over here with Jeff. Glad to have him here. He's rocking the Chapel Bill shirt. But
Go.
The goat. There you go. Offensive line wise, me and Alan talked about this. I'm actually happy that Blasky's moving back to center because hopefully that helps out with his holding penalties.
No, and here's the thing. I think that's where he should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. It came about because of that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think that's his position, and coming into it, that's where I thought we got the most bang for the buck from Austin.
It just makes me wonder how bad were the left tackles if your best center has to play left tackle.
Right. What say you, Hunter,
About
the offensive line?
Offensive
like Blasky moving back to center, and
they're all right. They'll be fine.
it'll be good.
We're good on offensive line. I didn't hear the first half.
have half a hole and
DeMond Jr. break it.
Juju's gonna find it. I mean, yeah.
Demon's a beast.
Yeah, but that room. It's not just him though. The room, that whole room itself has done some. That room itself has done some good work. I'm sorry, I didn't look at the report. Is Ben out? Is Benjamin out?
Ben's playing.
Ben's here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
He's done a good job too.
Jacob, I am right on that, right?
yeah, well, what you said, Benjamin Hall? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, he is out. Yeah, I'll double check, but I'm 99% sure he is out if I remember correctly.
He is out.
I believe. Let me double check.
I thought I saw he was out, and that's what I'm. So
Yeah,
I thought I
he
saw, but I
was.
don't remember 100%. No.
I saw the injury report.
Again, the room has done a good job, man. The room has done a good job, and just like I said, I'm a little.
He's probable. Excuse me. He's probable, which we know.
Well, I like that. I'll take probable.
Never know with probable, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the offensive line is going to play out now with the injury and how it'll go. But I think Blasky at center is where he should be, and that's where that's where I saw him from the beginning.
Yeah.
Things, you got to figure it out. Things don't always play out, but I think that's where he should be.
And I want to flip really quickly to the D line. Melcart.
Oh gosh,
that dude has been legit. He has come in. He has turned himself into the player that we thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
We saw the film coming in from Delaware. The dude was a flipping animal. He looked like he's
injury done.
Samoa linebacker.
I think he's injury
years
done.
And years ago, the way that
I think he's done completely.
He was gorgeous. But I tell you, Jacob, what has unlocked this dude? Seriously, what has unlocked this guy? Because it's he was
Delaware Blue Hen, right? Delaware Blue Hen, right?
Delaware
Blue Hen. All right.
Slow to start the season, and now it's just like boom, here he is.
Yeah, he's.
Director up there.
It's funny. He's kind of what I thought Price Yates was going to be. You know what I mean? Like I was really excited when they got Price Yates.
Alan just looked at me. Alan, actually, I'm sorry, Jacob. Not to step away. Alan just looked at me and said, "Where's Price Yates?" And I said, "I think he's done for the year now, isn't he? I think his career's done. I think
he retired. I think he essentially retired. I think concussion issues. I know he had issues early in the season. I think before the season started with concussion. I think what was it? The Clemson game he played a little bit in, and then after that he was kind of gone. So yeah, I hated it for him because it just sucks with how that worked out. But yeah, back to Melcart. I mean, he is what I thought Price Yates was going to be a lot of ways, and I had some high expectations for Melcart coming into the season. But I'm not gonna. I'd be sitting here and lying to you if I didn't think the defensive line, especially coming into the year, was one of my biggest concerns, just because there were so many new faces down there and a lot of guys that, yes, had come from some big schools, but hadn't necessarily played a lot at some of those, or had come from some smaller schools like Melcart. And there was still kind of like, okay, well, like, how does this translate to the ACC? How does this translate to FBS? What does this kind of look like? But I don't know, man. I don't think there's like one thing you can really point to with him. I'd love to kind of ask him, like, hey, like, what has changed for you? I don't know if he's just grown in confidence a little bit. I think the defense as a whole is just the defensive line. Chemistry is obviously very important on both lines of scrimmage. Maybe it's just playing a little bit more together, getting used to how each other plays, and the defense as a whole just gaining that confidence that they needed. But he's been absolutely fantastic, man. He's been making plays all over the place. He's been getting to the quarterback. Obviously, had the forced fumble last week against Syracuse. Like, he's been incredibly fun to watch. And I mean, are you guys surprised at all at how good he's been in the last few weeks? Because I mean, he's playing at like an all ACC level right now, and I'd be lying to you.
Defensive lineman of the week.
Personally, I didn't see that coming. I really
reigning
didn't.
defensive lineman of the week this week.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That dude has been playing. No, so like I loved his motor. I loved his. You watch the film and you can't teach drive.
Mm.
Teach that's got to come within you, and he has just brought it. And it felt like it took him a little bit to kind of get in the rhythm, and also he had to get the chances. Yeah, Bill and the staff were trying to figure out, hey, who the heck do we got? We got 70 brand new people over here, brand new faces. Who are you, and who are you? What do you do? You know, and unfortunately, you do have the injuries to a Bryce Yates, and you'd love to see if Bryce Yates could have been what we thought he was going to be. Pair him up with that gum. Boy, what did Jeff Collins call it last year with Cayman and Bo and the psycho package with
give us what we saw from him in the bowl game against us. I mean, good gracious,
disgusting. And Jacob, I want to get your thoughts on this too. I'm gonna go to Hunter first, and Jacob, I want you to answer this as well. Favorite? Oh yeah, I'm coming to you, brother. You on camera now, baby.
Headlight look, I love it, man.
It's an easy one. It's an easy one. Favorite player and why on this team?
On this team, Damon. It's not even.
God, he stole my answer.
It's my bad. No, Damon is just
he
bought in before Bill was hired, and then he stayed. He stayed locked in. I mean, I'm Bryce Baker. I'd like to see him play a little bit, but I mean, those two guys.
I don't. Yeah,
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Damon's just. And then last week was just the greatest thing ever because I'd been hyping him up so much. North Carolina kid. Just you can tell he's just a great guy all around, and I wanted him to succeed. And then last week, he did it.
He looks like Todd Gurley running out.
Yeah,
God, I love it. Oh, I love
Amari. I call him Amarian Jr.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's a baller.
I got a behind the scenes girly story, but I can't put that on the pod. I'll get you later on that one after we go off.
It's funny because
story on there.
I would have said the same thing, man. I would have said Demon June. I'm almost trying to switch up my answer, but that's where my first thought went to because I like you just said. I mean, North Carolina kid, not really a heavily recruited guy. Kind of like reminds you a little bit of that like Javonte Williams story a little bit, where kind of like overlooked in high school from a small town like North Carolina, like nobody really looking at him. He comes to Carolina, and again, like going into the season, he was like 6th string running back on the roster. Like he wasn't even on the depth chart, and then all of a sudden. He gets that chance against Charlotte. And then I remember the first few snaps he played, and you're like, dude, like, I don't know what the high-end talent is here right now, but he is the hardest runner in that backfield for sure. And then I think the thing you have to give him a lot of credit for too, guys, is just a true definition of a guy who took advantage of his opportunity. Because a lot of players get opportunities, you don't take advantage of it. And you might play a few snaps here and there, and you don't really pan out, and then you never see them again, or they get kind of 3rd string on the depth chart. They don't play that much. He kind of came in from Charlotte, intrigued everybody, and has kind of continued it against Richmond. Is now we've kind of seen him do it against, again, Syracuse defense. It was pretty bad, but I'm taking nothing away from him. He was the difference maker last week on offense. So I'm sorry to have a kind of a cop-out answer and disagree with him, but I would go Damon June. And honestly, man, one guy that I've been impressed with the last couple of weeks, and he's not been like he's not my favorite player or my most impressive player or anything like that, but I think a guy that's been going under the radar a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, and I'd like to get y'all's take on him, is Caleb Cost. I'm really going back to the Virginia game. He's been making some plays, man. He's been making some plays.
I've mentioned that during watch parties at how Caleb always got beat over the top, and he's playing. I mean, that one ball that Jonte Cook caught last week,
you got me on that.
That Caleb was just in his breadbasket and said no, and just popped that ball out. Like, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like, that's the potential.
There's been a few plays going back to the Virginia game where, like, I remember in the Virginia game specifically, and maybe even going back to Cal too, but I definitely remember it against Virginia where, like, a DB made a play, and I'm like, who was that? And I'm like, oh, it's Caleb Cost. And then, like, that pattern is kind of repeated the last few weeks. And again, I'm not saying he's the best player on the defense. He did start off the year a little bit shaky, but I have definitely seen a positive uptick from him, and he's he's been all over the field making some plays. He had a really good stat line against Syracuse as well. So yeah, he's a guy I think deserves a little bit of that. Like everybody's talking about Melcart, and rightly so. Everybody loves Thad Dixon despite getting injured. But I think if you're looking at that defensive side of the ball, Andrew Simpson, those guys deserve credit. But I think Caleb Cost is a guy that isn't really getting talked about enough. Yeah, Kamori House for sure. Those guys all deserve credit. But like I said, I've been impressed with what Caleb Cost has done over the last few weeks, and credit to him for kind of getting things back on the right track because he's done that. So
yep.
Malcolm Ziegler's been a guy I've wanted to see on the field so much.
And I think today sets up. Today, that's the thing we talk. I mean, we were talking about the story earlier with Malcolm. That sets up so perfectly for just a God bless America, man. It sets up a good story.
He makes plays on special teams. He does make. He's like one of those guys that's always kind of involved on the special teams. I feel like, you know what I mean.
You got me. And you mentioned Caleb. You mentioned Caleb and kind of you got me on that one because that's where I was going. People were dogging. He was getting dogged, man. Mm-hmm. He was getting dogged early the first couple games of the season. Oh yeah, well yeah, and he was. And he wasn't there, man. He was always trailing behind people. My love for Caleb is stems from baseball.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, look.
Honestly, I mean, I would tell you, one of my daughter and I's big things are baseball and volleyball, and Caleb was one of those guys. She, for some reason, whatever, she gravitated when she started a year or so ago, when she really started going to games with me, she gravitated towards Caleb. Mm-hmm. And that was just her thing. I mean, she loved
also
Caleb.
On the baseball field.
And yeah, I mean, he all he ever did was pinch run. I mean, we never really got to see him do anything but pinch run. But she did grab it. So Caleb has a kind of a special place for me. And I just want to see the guy. I want to see him do well. And he really has made the strides. Because like I said, he took some hits, man. He and beginning first couple games of their season, man. He and Marcus Allen were getting. I mean, rightfully so. They just weren't playing well.
No, and Marcus has played better too. Besides
and Marcus has played better. And I expected. I really have high expectations for him. And he's played better. He's played better. And
it's just that missed tackle against UVA has really been the only asterisk against him. That one kind of hurt in that game. Where you ended up scoring. That was the only play looking back with Allen the last few weeks where you're like, man, you just gotta make that tackle. You know what I mean?
Just a couple of minutes ago, sorry, we were kind of freaking out. We were looking. College Game Day is going on right here behind us, and everybody on the panel except for Pat McAfee picked Navy to beat Notre Dame today. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Wow, not a lot of people high on Notre Dame. Wow.
We were all watching it.
It was there, but I was not. I wasn't tuned in. I wasn't paying attention.
I saw a lot of ends go up for Navy. That was wild.
I know Navy's pretty decent, but yeah, that's a pick right there. I don't know if I would have picked that one.
That's it. But y'all all missed the boat. It's the clear best player on the favorite player on the team's got to be Jordan Ship. Got to be.
Yeah, Ship is good. He's been a good player.
No.
I mean, shout. Press conference where he's like, I want to get back on the field and play right now.
I mean, even when things wasn't going well offensively, like when he came off the field, he was always pissed. Like you could see him, like he'd sling his helmet. Like he has the fire that you got to have to play the game.
I enjoyed that about him at the ACC kickoff as well. That was amazing.
And so. You just got to find a way to give him the ball. I mean, you got to find a way to give him the ball, no matter what.
That's a good shout, though. That's a good shout. Like Jordan Ship has been one of their more consistent players this year. Kobe Paysour stepped up in recent weeks. It's good to see him back, man. I mean, the double foot break or whatever he had a few seasons ago, he just has not been able to kind of get back to his best, like the 2023 kind of version of what we saw. Kind of had that coming out party against App State, the one with game we were just talking about. But I can't necessarily pick him as one of the best players on team or favorite players, but his kind of comeback story the last few weeks has been great to see. And it's opened up the offense some because now you've got two guys out there in a Jordan Ship and a Kobe Paysour at the wide receiver position that you got to guard him, man. You can't just let him run around the field.
You can't scheme. You can't scheme on one guy, right?
Exactly. And it feels like they're just leaving him wide open to do whatever Kobe Paysour wants to do, and he's just like, okay, num-nums, give me all the num-nums. I want them all, man. Yeah. Okay, Jacob, here we go because we're about 10 minutes out to the end of showtime.
Okay.
What do you want to see? What do you want the narrative to be coming out of this game against Stanford? What do you want?
Defense is the real deal still. Defense is legit. Doing it against an offense that's not great. They're not very good, but continue that positive play. You can only play who's in front of you. So defense, keep doing what you're doing. Keep holding your opponents to a low scoring and let the offense kind of come out and do what it does. So that's the narrative for me. I want to walk out. I want to walk out from the defensive side. And okay. The progress has been real, and we go into another week saying, yes, this defense is more legit than it is not. And then I think on the offensive side of the ball, man, Carolina could and probably should have scored 34 last week. They chose not to score at the end, essentially. So they could have put up more points. And so I think from the offensive side of the ball, especially going up against a defense that, again, is not very good. This is a Stanford defense that has struggled this season. I think the key for North Carolina is just build on last week. Let's build on that. Right, guys? Because UVA, let's make no mistakes about it. I thought Gio looked better in the first half against UVA, and I thought he was absolutely horrendous in the second half. Like it was tough to watch him at times in the second half. He had one of the worst stat lines I've ever seen at one point in the second half against UVA, where I think he had thrown for like 30 yards and like 2 interceptions. And you're kind of sitting there like, oh my God, are they ever like, what is this going to translate to? Fill me with a little bit more confidence last week. He took care of the ball more, which is, I think, is what has been one big thing he struggled with this year. So I think the narrative from the offensive side today too, man, is just like, let's build on last week. We saw a little bit of improvements. Y'all moved the ball more. You got Demon June involved. He had kind of his breakout game against the FBS ACC opponent. So I think if the defense is what we think it is, we're going to walk out of this game saying, okay, they're legit. And you're going to walk out on the offensive side and say, hey, like, do we have Drake May at quarterback? Is this an offense that's is capable of putting up 50 on anybody? No. But at least the offense is doing enough because of how the defense is playing, complementary football. The offense is doing enough to beat teams that you should beat. You guys have mentioned first kind of times this season, Carolina's been favored against the FBS team. Like, this is a game I think Carolina should be winning, no excuses. But I don't think any of us want to be walking out of Kenan Stadium at 8, 9 o'clock saying like a close one where Carolina doesn't perform great and they kind of find a way to win. I think this is one of those opportunity spots because of how Stanford has been this year and because of where Carolina's at on its kind of upward trajectory arc, that put together a good performance on both sides of the ball today, get a relatively convincing win like we saw last Friday night, and let's see what the heck happens in these next few games, because it gets trickier after this. I don't know what's going to happen in these final 3 games. I'm not super optimistic Carolina's going to win all those. I don't think anybody is. But get these 2 wins out of the way, and let's see what happens in these final 3. So that's what I'm looking for today, and hopefully we see it, because it was nice to talk about a good performance on the basketball side last night. I'm so tired of coming on like post-game shows and being like talking about a Carolina football team that just does not look very good. So let's continue this momentum and let's see where things can finish in the season.
I mean, like you just said, you're tired of talking about, like, does it even really, I mean, my opinion is, like, does it even matter? Like, just win the game.
Yeah, just win.
If they win by 1 point, I don't even care. Like,
you're right. I think you can make a case for that. I think at this point, just win. I do agree with that. But I think the reason I say that I want to see a continued kind of in performance uptick, that because we've talked about it, like Carolina has made progress. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. But if you like kind of escape today and don't play well on defense and your offense doesn't play great, but you kind of like find a way to win in a fluky way, you'll take that if you're a Carolina fan. I'm not knocking that. A win's a win, but I think if you could pick, obviously, you'd say, hey, like, let's have a good performance and a victory today. And I think the reason I say that is I think against a team like Stanford, I think this Carolina team, especially at home, is more than capable of doing that. So I would personally be a little bit disappointed if it's kind of like an ugly kind of fluky win. Let's just see if that progress is legit and keep building. And like I said, we'll see what happens to see if Carolina can win the state championship to finish out the year, which is going to be tricky. So.
No, I think we match up really well. It's favorable for us in this one. The defense, I want to see the defense continue what they've done, what they've been doing. No regression from the defense.
Yeah, don't give up 30 today to a quarterback.
No regression from the defense. Keep what they've been doing. Prove to us that what we've been seeing from them is real, and Steve is doing the job. Steve is doing is great. So, and again, little some improvement on offense, right? I mean, little bit better.
It's been baby steps over there.
Little
But
bit.
they've gotten better.
Exactly.
They have
Baby
improved.
steps. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. And with our defense playing like they've been playing, we don't need a lot.
No.
We really don't.
No.
We got to be, the offense needs to be serviceable. You know, play just for whatever. If somebody is listening that matters and cares, play to Gio's strengths.
Yeah.
He has strengths. He's not garbage.
Mhm.
Play to his strengths. Let's play to his strengths a little bit. That's my thing.
And pound the rock too. I said it in our pregame show this week, our preview show this week. I want to see DeMond June still. Just pound the rock. Carolina's had success running the ball,
and that's bottom line.
Yeah, you don't have like you said, Gio's made strides, but he's not a great. He has not been a great quarterback this year. So if you can establish that run early, continue to pound the rock against Stanford, I think Carolina can. Again, I think there's a world today where you're walking out of Keenan like, man, that was one of the best performances we've seen this season. I hope that's what we see today. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but
all we need is to quote the good Caleb Wilson, belt to ass, sparkled, bedazzled. Just beat Stanford defensively and do just enough offense. You win this game by 21.
Hey man, if I'm Belichick, I'm bringing
need.
Caleb Wilson in the locker room pregame speech, man. Like, get the boys fired up.
Yeah, bring him out, put him in the locker room, have that little belt, just clap it a couple times.
Yeah, man.
They're winning by 21. It's over.
It's his world. We're just living in it right now.
For real.
Man, I'm telling you guys, yeah.
I just want to do a quick little plug. All those little burners and stuff. Like, why don't y'all guys do a white out or a blue out for the Duke game? Why don't we do that?
That'd be cool.
I love you, man.
For real. You guys want to push it in basketball, push it in football. Keep the same energy.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually.
Let me ask y'all one question. I just thought of this. I want to get y'all's take on this.
Okay.
What the heck happened to the Tar Heels chant at Kenan Stadium? Where's it gone?
Good question.
I think Jeff should start it. That's all I know.
Where's that gone, guy? Like, I swear I haven't heard it in like.
I got it for baseball. Football's a little tougher in Keenan, but
I remember that used to be like an every game thing.
We gotta just do it, bro. I'm right
down.
down.
Jeff, get it started, man. Get it started today.
I'm right down. I'm like one section over, so let's fucking go, bro. Let's do it.
And I will say this. You hit on the point with DeMond, because really, if you think about it, the run game and DeMond doing his thing, it makes it easier for Gio, right?
100%.
I mean, it just makes things so much easier for him.
Mm-hmm.
It should anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get that going, and things should open up for Gio a little bit. You know,
you're 100% right about that.
100%.
Again, I'd like to see Gio progress through the reads a little better, but I'm not going to harp on that stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Well, Jacob, I appreciate you coming out here today, bud. We're gonna wrap this thing up and get ready for game day. If you are watching, you can definitely go over and check out our scouting report series where we talk to the Cardinal Chronicle, Alex and Luca over there, great guys, and also our preview and prediction. Go check out Tar Heel 24/7 and everything they've got going on over there. Go check out Jacob and Andrew Jones. They're doing a really good job with everything they're doing with their preview for their coverage of football and basketball and everything that those guys do. Be sure and go check them out. Thank you. I appreciate you big time, Jacob, for coming out here and hanging out with you almost an hour, dude. This has been wild.
Appreciate y'all inviting me. I know I've been trying to get on one of these for a while. There's been a lot of stuff going on, but I'm super happy I was able to get back on here. And yeah, man, hopefully for everybody's sake, everybody watching, we see a dub today. I think we will, but I'm gonna knock on some wood right now too, just so I don't jinx anything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, dude. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Be sure and check out K-Bar Soap out of the description. You can go down the description and check out the link. Go to the website. 15% off with the promo code HB15 right up above Jacob's head. He's got it.
That promo.
Jacob helping out with the
that promo.
There we go.
You got to make that money. It's a business, man.
Absolutely, bro. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as always,
go Heels.
Appreciate it, guys.
I need to find music.